Xenoverse 2 got accepted into the ESL Pro Gaming Tournament League. What the fuck? What is up? People of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species out there watching this video, it's your girl, OmegaPro. I identify as a girl now, apparently. And Xenoverse 2 just now is coming to ESL. For those of you guys that don't know what ESL is, it is one of the biggest, maybe even the biggest scene for competitive games. So like Street Fighter 5 is run on here. They have Super Smash Brothers kind of stuff. And it's always like really, really high quality tournaments. This is usually the standard for competitive games to be played at. And when they run their own tournaments and stuff, if Xenoverse 2 does ever get to that level of being that big, they do a lot of high quality production and it looks insane. So the fact that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is being picked up by ESL, it kind of blows my mind because this game has been out for quite a long time, and I think most of us here can agree to the fact that it's not necessarily the most competitive game out there. Can you take it competitively? Sure, you can take anything you want competitively, and there is some competition, there is some skill gap there, but I mean, let's be honest, in comparison to other fighting games, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 doesn't have the highest skill ceiling. Now, of course, as with any fighting game like this, like a Xenoverse or like a Smash Brothers kind of deal, there are a lot of things implemented into the game to make it easier and more noob friendly, which is completely fine. You know, these are anime games primarily targeted towards a large audience of people. I ain't hating. I respect that. However, when you take it competitively into tournaments and stuff like that, there just has to come a point in time where you're like, all right, I understand that this game is completely meant to be played by everyone for everyone, so we gotta have some custom rules, and this is the custom rule set. So the first rule is regarding to combos. You cannot do infinite combos while your opponent is stamina broken. Praise God! So like, for example, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Hit both had infinite combos, and I know we all know about Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and mother... That is going to be completely banned, so if you use this move in a fight, you will be disqualified, little bitch. You can't break the rules around here, boy. So that's definitely a great rule like that. Of course, limitations are to be enabled, so that way you don't go in there with a level 3 billion character and just fuck shit up. So again, a very obvious rule there, no surprise. Of course, no items are to be used, another obvious one. And another great one is for your connectivity. If you want to participate in this tournament, each player requires 3 bars or higher. Now that's very interesting because let's say, for example, a player doesn't have, or a player gets seated up with another player and they just don't have a good connection. What happens? Is there a reseeding? Do they face someone else? Or is it just like a disqualification? I don't really know. Let's say in the grand finals of this tournament, there's a 2-bar. Like, what do? You know what I'm saying? Very interesting. I don't know how that's going to play out, how they will regulate that or moderate that, but I'm sure we'll see when the time comes. And of course, the last rule, you cannot use any custom characters, and that is great because, you know, that's just great. You can't have those cheesy fucking combo strings. You can't have those cheesy moves. You can only have what's built into a character, and that's super dope. So, you saw me go over the rule set, but what does this actually mean? Like, what is ESL really doing for Xenoverse 2? Well, every single Sunday, starting in July at 10 PDT, whatever the fuck that mean, I'm EST, bitch. That's the real nigga time zone. That's what EST stands for. E stands for real, S stands for nigga, T stands for time zone. Real nigga time zone. Get with the program! But regardless, at 10 PDT, I'm assuming it's AM because I don't know why you do that in the PM, but every Sunday, 10 PDT, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 players will enter this tournament and just duke it out. So the first 3 weekly cups will have $50 in prize money. So for you broke boys out there that are sitting there just struggling on the game, you play it every day, but you broke. I get you, I understand that. I poured cereal yesterday and I didn't have no milk, bro. I had no milk. If you are good at the game, you can get the $50 prize pack, and guess what? You'll also get the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 Season Pass. So you got $50 to take you and your fine bitch out on a date. So you can be like, hey, what's bracking? Only the dollar menu though. I gotta put away this money for other things, you know what I'm saying? I gotta buy some drugs. And you'll also get a season pass code if you desire it. So again, if you are broke boy status, you'll get this season pass code. So that's like around 75, 74, whatever the fuck dollars equivalents for just the first 3 weeks. And then the fourth and of course the final week of this whole tournament is going to be $100. You know what you can do with $100? Well, not a lot, but it's a start. This is a start for Xenoverse 2 competitive. For those of you guys that don't know, when Xenoverse 2 first came out, I was interested in seeing if we can take this game to a competitive level, but I ultimately deemed it not really possible because, you know, there was custom characters, there was infinites and all that other bullshit that kind of like threw me off. But when you have a regulated tournament like this, which has the rule sets already built into the tournament, of course, that's a great thing. And it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. All the tournaments, the cups, are, as they're calling them, will be seamlessly integrated into the PlayStation Network dashboard. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go. And by the way, I forgot to mention this is for PS4 only. So PC and Xbox One fans, I don't know what you want. But you can sign up to the cups today. I'll put the link down in the description so that way you guys can sign up if you would like to. I'm personally not going to because I just don't feel like this game is a game that I want to put a ton of time into to try to get competitive, especially when something like Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming out, something that I'm much more interested. However, I am interested in seeing where this goes, and I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on the scene as, you know, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and I actually think Xenoverse 2 is a really good game. I don't play it much anymore. But I'm still excited for the prospect of it being competitive. Now, past this like 5-week cup trial period or whatever the fuck they're doing, where can this go from here? You know, will there be other Xenoverse 2 like weekly cups, tournaments, or whatever they're calling them? Will there be other situations wherein people will do more tournaments and take the competitive scene into their own hands? Is this the push that Xenoverse 2 needed to really get competitive and do cool and interesting things in the competitive scene? It's yet to be determined. I don't really think this has the legs to go like super competitive, but I've been wrong before, and maybe this game will be picked up, and maybe this will be a game that's run competitively, at least until Dragon Ball FighterZ comes out, a far more competitive game from the looks of it anyway. Who knows what it could end up being or playing like, but this right here is still very interesting to me, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this. Despite the fact that I'm a little pessimistic on the matter, I'm still interested to see where this can possibly go in the future. Anyway, my name is OmegaPro. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Are you excited for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 ESL? Will you be participating in it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace out. What the fuck was that? I'm corny as shit, boy.